Bismillah Rahman Rahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the fifth edition of Tactical Majlis Pod. We're here to talk about events that happened this past week and Champions League stuff that happened yesterday and what's happening today, inshallah. But before we begin, guys, you know exactly what to do. Subscribe, press alarm bells for future content notifications, like, comment your way, go check socials, inshallah, bidnillah, you're good wherever you are. And guys, obviously, go subscribe to Football Rig. Sami, Shakhbar, what are you saying?
Man, big day, big night for Arsenal Football Club and also for your team. As I said, this is the moment, this is the day where you're gonna taste defeat, my friend.
Is it? Is it the day? Are you sure? Do you want to go down that road? We've been down that road. By the way, I just did my salah. Yeah, I didn't. According to Arsenal fans, you shouldn't be doing it because God tells you to. No, you should be doing it because Arsenal fans tell you to. Yeah. By the way, I'm not actually serious, but it sounds dumb. Yeah, it sounds dumb. You get my. But that's the point. It sounds dumb. You know what I mean? Obviously, you hope you pray for God. So like, where this idea came from certain Arsenal fans, I don't know. Obviously, that's not the intent of the guy who started it. But then again, people that followed up are brainless. So whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Chelsea game first?
Yeah, let's talk about the Chelsea game first, man. What the hell were we watching from Barca, man? What the F, And that high line that Hansi Flick is just imposing on the pitch is just ridiculous. And you know what? Newcastle should have battered them when they played Newcastle. But unfortunately, Newcastle lacks the quality up front compared to Chelsea. And Maresca was smart. Maresca was smart in what sense? In a sense of the formation and the players that he put, the starting 11, he put Garnacho, Estivao, and Pedro Neto. What is the common thing between all these three? Is pace, right? Because he knew that he's gonna, exploit that high line that Barca, had in their tactics. Man, that was horrific. And if Hansi Flick continues to play in that manner against the Premier League teams, I think he's gonna get smashed. To be honest,
I think even against us, he gets smashed. By the way.
Well, man, it's just weird for me how Barca, put themselves in that situation. I understand that Pedri was not there. They had some players missing, but to get battered 3, it's not something to take lightly or easy.
Well, it could have been worse, bro. It could have been worse.
And it could have been worse. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I think 2 Enzo goals, and that's the Santos goal.
Yeah, which was ruled out fairly. It was ruled out fairly. I'm not going to go into that because
one isn't, but the others, yeah.
You're talking about the Fofana handball?
Yeah, I don't think that was a handball.
No, that was a handball, bro. He pushed the ball.
You know what it is? Yeah, you know what it is, bro.
Come on, man.
So it hits his chest immediately to his arm. What the hell is brother gonna do?
No, man. He controlled it with his chest and he pushed it with his arm. That's quite different. It's not like it hit his chest then hit his arm. No, he controlled it with his chest and then just slightly push it with his hand. You know what I mean? And the ball completely changed direction. That's an obvious foul. There's no doubt in my mind.
I don't know, because the way I see it, he's chesting and it just falls onto his hand.
That's not what happened. For me, from my perspective, what happened is he controlled it with his chest and then he pushed it with his arm.
Yeah, but it doesn't make that much of a difference in direction.
No, it does. It does make a difference because the intention. I'll tell you why. Because when it hits, any part of your body and then it hits your hand, then that's kind of considered unintentional. All that stuff, especially if the hands were close to the body. So that means, which is in a normal position, that wouldn't be considered as a foul or a penalty or whatever. But if he moved his hand to move the ball, bro, that's an obvious that's an obvious foul in my opinion. But however, look, people might say it's because of the red card, but I think Chelsea were on top of even with the 11 players on the pitch. I think Chelsea just dominated Barca. Barring the one chance that Ferran Torres just fumbled, which was an easy chance for Ferran Torres, a sitter, and he missed it. However, other than that, I have seen nothing from Barca, and they offered nothing up front. And Chelsea just denied them everything. They won the midfield, and they were really attacking and attacking and attacking, and they forced those mistakes for Maracao, which caused them the yellow card and the second yellow card, and both of them were rightfully deserved. And Chelsea just played out of their mind. To be honest, one of the probably the best game that I've seen Chelsea this season so far. So kudos to them. To be fair, I'm not gonna sit here and deny the fact that they showed quality. They showed really, and this is the Chelsea that I was worried about when they won the world champions, when they battered PSG. So they always turn up in a big events. However, the question is for Chelsea fans and for Chelsea Football Club, are they consistent enough to continue delivering the same performances in a very consistent basis to go through 38 games on the season? I highly doubt it. And the reason why I say it, because I still see gaps in their defense. However, their midfield and their front three are really solid. And Sanchez also improved, but still I'm debating the fact that their defense can't really hold. I'll be honest. I mean, Fofana looked really good. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll have to see some sort of consistency from Chelsea's back line in terms of defense.
Yeah. We can't change it. So then I agree.
But overall, I think they will be in the mix when it comes to the title race, and that's regarding the Premier League. But Chelsea, when it comes to the UCL, always they win it when they're the underdogs, and to be honest, I think they are one of the underdogs in the tournament, so they might go.
That's what Hano's saying exactly. Like in a big game, they'll turn up. Well, but
that's the thing.
But you didn't turn up against my club, so hold. Anyway,
unfortunately, they didn't. But yeah,
I said unfortunately. You should be wanting me to beat them. Absolute donkey. Anyway,
no, I hate Bayern, man. What you talking about, man? They're those two teams in Europe. I hate them. I hate Bayern. I hate Barca, bro.
Why do you hate us? What did we do to you? What, is it because of the 10-2? Did we hurt you in the 10-2?
Not only the 10-2, every time we face Bayern or face Barca, they always win, and that's why I just hate them for the sake of it,
because we were good and you were just shit. It's okay, bro. Levels.
Yeah, we've been shit for 20 years, bro. It's nothing. I mean, tell me something that I don't know, but I think it's not a hate. This is where I know where my team stands and where we're performing. Look. For when I tell you this is the first time you're going to taste defeat, I'm doing it for the sake of the banter. At the end of the day, I'm a person who's still Arteta out until he delivers. This is something you need to know. Even though we're performing at a very high level, we're first in the Premier League. We're doing very well in the UCL as well. We haven't lost a game so far. We won every single game. Still, I need him to deliver something at the end. He needs to get over the line, and that's the thing. Us as Arsenal fans, especially, I would say the old G's, we've seen, a lot. We've been through a lot to just be satisfied with just good performances. I need to win something, bro. I mean, as much as we banter Chelsea, but Chelsea have won everything in the past 20 years. They won the UCL, the World Cup, the Premier League, FA Cup. They won everything. City have dominated the league for quite some time. Bayern are always, winning their leagues and everything. So if I want to consider myself in the elite bracket of teams, then we need to win stuff. I cannot just consider myself because of performance or XG or some stupid ass stat. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing.
Look at this, brother, man. It's called having some respect. Have you ever thought of having some respect?
I still believe that, Hannah, by the way, just FYI. I think if we continue delivering in the same way and we perform in the same level, I think we can.
But he's talking about trouble, he means me. He thinks I'm scared.
Well, no, because he caught me up saying that we might win the domestic trouble. Like I was saying, the league, the FA Cup.
That clip. Yeah, by the way, I need to get that clip, bro.
And the League Cup.
But
I never mentioned the UCL. I didn't say the trouble. I just said a domestic trouble.
But I forgot. You're a lucky guy.
Yeah, to be honest, because I don't want to speak about Arsenal. I just want to remain on the Chelsea part.
Yeah, let's think about the Chelsea. Yeah, because I think we're.
Look, Chelsea are really, for me, I'll be honest, I'm really concerned about Chelsea because now they have the momentum. I mean, coming out of 2 wins, even though it's against Burnley, but also what matters, also they came out with clean sheets. They won 2-0 and they won 3-0 against Barca. And Barca is not a team that, an easy team in Europe, and that's the thing. And now they're going to play against us in the Stamford Bridge. And generally, I think we need to, put our best 11. And for me, the Chelsea game is more, with all due respect, is more important than the Bayern. And the reason why I say that is just because, in the UCL, I think we're going to qualify regardless, whatever the results of tonight. If we win, if we draw, if we lose, I understand that there's, some sort of advantage if you're ending up at first or second. That will make a difference in terms of how the qualifying criteria is. But I couldn't care less, as much as I want to be consistent in the Premier League. And Chelsea currently are in form. They're really, really in form. So, I mean, big up to them, to be honest. Battering Barca is just... And you know what? Something about Chelsea, they always have Barca's number. They always give them hell when it comes to the UCL, regardless of how Chelsea is performing in the domestic league or in the cups, but in the UCL against Barca, they always turn up. And that's something that I never understood, and even at prime Barca, when Messi was there, when Xavi, Iniesta was there,
we don't talk
they
about
always
that
turn up.
We don't talk about that season. We do not talk about that same season, if you don't mind. I know what you're on about. We don't talk about that season. That season when Torres scored in the Camp Nou, and then what happened afterwards, we don't talk about that. We move on. The
Drogba header, right?
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. That never happened in history. That never happened.
But I think it even happened before that. I mean, you're looking at that season in individuality, but I'm looking at always, even when Barca qualified against or beat Chelsea, they beaten the man. It was a very weird ref game. I mean, they gave them a very bad calls when it comes to refereeing, and I mean, they got robbed, to be honest, Chelsea, if I'm being honest, at that game. But it is what it is. I mean, Chelsea are really performing in a very high level. I hope that we beat them on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I was answering the question to what Yusuf asked about Tottenham PSG. I think PSG slap them. But anyway, yeah, listen, man. But bro, with Chelsea, bro, you know what it is. By the way, we need to talk about two things. One, Cucurella having Lamine Drizzy in his pocket.
Yeah, he did.
And secondly, we need to talk about how Estevao is actually crazy, bro.
I had somebody in my chat before, and he asked me a question. He said, "Who do you think was the best signing, and last summer, and who's the best player in the Premier League so far, and who's the best youngest player?" And I answered the best signing was at that moment, is Mbeumo, because of the performance he's putting in Manchester United. For the best player, I chose Gabriel Magalhaes, and for the youngest player or youngest star, whatever you want to call it, I put Estevao. And Estevao is just an incredible player. And the hype that he came with, I haven't watched him back in Brazil, but he came with a lot of hype. And to be honest, he's living up to that hype, and he's delivering at a very, very high level and in the biggest stage.
I think the hype started when he was balling out at Palmeiras.
Yes.
In the Club World Cup.
Yes. No, even in their domestic league.
I've heard a lot. Domestic, but like it was more out there to the people in the Club World Cup. Because obviously people know that Chelsea signed them. So there's like, no, okay, Chelsea.
No, I'm saying before he signed for Chelsea, because when he signed for Chelsea, they kept him there for a year.
Yeah, they kept him there for a year. Yeah, but you're missing. I'm saying that was when people really started to understand how good Brother really is.
Oh, you mean the last World Cup?
The last Club World Cup. The one that Chelsea won.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's been performing even before that.
Not many people watch Brazil, bro.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, but what I'm saying is he's living up to the hype. I think Chelsea's investment is flourishing, and they invested well when it comes to Estevao. I think they bought him for 37 or close to 40 mil, and that's a big number for unknown Brazilian player or somebody with a hype. So they took a risk with it, and now they're reaping their rewards, and Stivao is looking to be really good. I'll be honest.
No, and fair enough, bro. You know what I mean?
You gotta give
yeah,
them credit,
man,
bro.
With Barcelona though, bro, Flick is bro. This brother's trying to down. Did you hear what he said after the game?
No, but you were bigging up Hansi Flick. I remember.
No, I do big him up, but I have to.
And you say you like him, man. What the hell was that, bro?
No, okay. Did he not win with me a sextuple?
Regardless, what I'm saying is,
I am
talking. I'm talking about yesterday. We're talking about yesterday's game. We're not talking about what happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. We're talking about last game.
So what's happening this season doesn't change the fact that he's still a top manager.
So a top manager would give such performance or such tactic or formation yesterday.
Bro, let's be honest. If I told you already, his system is elite for if the team is able to finish chances from I'd say first 10, 15 minutes. That's how we succeeded. We succeeded with that because we literally would score early. And once we score early, then we score more and more and more. Last season, Barcelona, similar concept. The only difference with them is Flick integrated the whole offside trap. And also, they'd use that system to be coming back from losses. So they'll be trailing and then they'd be coming back and it becomes a remontada. You know what I mean? That's the differences I can tell you between Barca and us. But bro, like his system is actually bro, Arteta. No, we're not doing Arteta better than Flick, bro. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. I still think Flick is better, man. Although Flick is starting to be really annoying for Barca fans. I'm not gonna lie. And he's kind of annoying me to a degree because it's like I'm trying to big up the brother, but the brother's stubborn with certain selections. Like, if you're gonna play a certain way, you have to pick a certain lineup. You see, yesterday, I didn't understand. Why is he picking Ferran Torres to play left wing if he wants to go this attacking? Just play Rashford. You may as well just play Rashford. Wasn't Rashford cooking to some degree if you were not going to play Rafinha? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Rafinha just came back.
He had that option, yeah.
My thing is, Sammy, is you can say his style of play is not sustainable. But in my opinion, it's sustainable with the right selection. The problem with him, he made the wrong selection.
It's not about the selection, in my opinion, as much as the tactics that was implemented in the pitch.
Selection, bro. I think it's a selection on top of the tactics.
Not really. The main thing that killed him is the transition from Chelsea because they had very pacey players. They had Garnacho, they had Neto.
That's fair to Maresca because Maresca played Neto.
That's the thing. That's the thing for me. So that means that he didn't really read the game properly. I mean, now I'm judging Hansi Flick based on Chelsea's game. I'm not judging his career. I'm not saying he's a horrendous manager, but I'm saying yesterday when he saw that lineup, when you see that lineup, when you see such a lineup and you have every single player in front, very pacey, then you gotta give instruction. I know. Listen, sit back a little bit, chill. Don't stand on the right central areas. I mean, what the hell was that defense? Conde was
at least have it controlled a little bit, like how we have. Like I remember when we played Barcelona and that same Flick team beat us. And even Ken, funny enough, in the press conference, he actually mentioned it. I don't know if you've seen. He mentioned it. They learned a lot. The turning point for them tactically was that Barcelona game last season.
Yeah, but again, what I'm saying is you should read the game as a manager. When you see that lineup, you should give the instruction to counter what is in front of you, not fall into it.
I'm saying in a manager perspective, that was a turning point for because he added an extra defender at the back company. Like that, my point is right. Like you can go attacking, but you have to be a bit reserved, a bit. You know what I mean? I feel like
especially this is an away game, Zier. I mean, this is not you playing in the Camp Nou. This is you playing in London. You got to understand the Chelsea. You're playing in away. First of all, regardless of the stadium or the nation or the city, but you're playing away in the UCL. Do you think that team will sit back and relax and wait for you to score? No, they will. And Chelsea have the players I mean, in a very high level, like the likes of Caicedo, the likes of even Reece James when he played in the central midfield. Man, he played very well. I mean, it was basically them pressuring Barca, forcing them into mistakes, getting the ball as fast as they can to the up front, and it worked for them because Neto was just throwing the ball up front and running. Garnacho the same, Estevao the same. You know, as much as, you know, I would say they didn't have a number 9, you would so call a striker until, I mean, Delap came later on. But what I'm saying is the players that he played at the beginning of the first half, they were all pacey. So the plan is quite obvious. Hit them in the counter, press them hard, don't let them get the ball, don't let them keep the ball and keep the possession. Just get the ball, get it as fast as you can up front. It was a very, very basic thing and simple thing for you to see as a manager. So what do you do to counter that? You ask your players to sit back a little bit, absorb momentum, get their legs a little bit tired. Try to pass because you have the quality to pass the ball around, right? Barca are known to pass the ball around and keep possession. Find the gaps, get it to Yamal. Yamal will have
but they didn't have the personnel, bro. But they're playing Garcia in the midfield. So in reality, he should be playing
Alcácer. That's even worse, Zier. That's even worse for you. So that means you don't have the players to go toe to toe with Chelsea. So what do? You find an alternative solution. What is your strength? Yamal and probably Rashford. You want to call him maybe a good player. Maybe Ferran Torres.
He just got back.
Fermin Lopez. So what do? Is you sit back. It's okay if you lose possession. What will happen if you lose possession? Doesn't matter. A lot of teams win with 20-30% possession. A lot of them. But Hansi Flick completely read the book upside down. For me, personally. So that's how I saw the game. Maybe you saw something different, but for me...
No, because you know what it is? I get your point 100%, and I agree that Flick this season has been moving crazy, you know, with this high line. Even last season he did it, but the difference they were able to score. But now the goals are leaking. So it's like now you have to figure your way out. For me, I just feel like with Flick, it's like if you really are going to die on that hill, pick the right personnel for it at least. At least. You know what I mean? Like Garcia, all the Barca fans I know always mention the brother Garcia plays better at right back. But he apparently has this thing of playing Koundé, which, by the way, I'm not saying Koundé is bad, but he's not been good this season. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So that alone is an issue, right? And then apparently they have Casado. Yeah, well, I remember he played against us last season. He could have been useful for this game. You know what I mean? The way Chelsea played.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He is faster than Koundé.
But apparently they didn't do that. So it's like... that was problem number 1 for me. I feel like problem number 1, because everybody and their mother knows this brother's going to die on his hill on that time. I don't agree fully with it, because this last season I had this issue with company, bro. I like managers to adapt personally. Yeah, which is why I'm happy with my season so far. But at the same time, bro, it's like we can't be disingenuous to this brother that actually won a 6-tuple before. You know, because some people will do too much, bro. And this brother, I've seen this guy last season with Barca, 2020 season with us.
But that does not spare him from criticism.
No. It's not about sparing from criticism. That's not the point. Again, you're missing.
No, but I keep mentioning it like it's something that you should.
No. My point is just don't
consideration.
Just don't forget what the brother done. Because I know what people are gonna say.
Nobody talked about his history. I am judging. I'm judging the game. I am judging only the game. We're talking about only the Chelsea game. I'm not talking about.
I criticized him, and in the game I criticized him.
Yeah, I'm not talking about what did he do with Barca. What did he win? What did he win with Bayern Munich? I'm talking about Chelsea's game. That's it. It was completely. I mean, you mentioned the point, which is player selection, right? That's on the manager.
Yeah,
tactics.
100%.
That's okay. That's on the manager. Tactics. That's on the manager. So from every direction.
Got a red card too. We're gonna talk about that as well.
Well, I mean,
and even Flick should have adapted to that as well. So we can blame Flick on that too, no problem. But like, we need to talk about that brother getting a red as well.
I mean, the way I mean, the second yellow card was just
idiotic. The tackle
on every single level. Yes, it was محمر لأبعد حدود يعني. It was something. It was something, man. I couldn't fathom. Watching. I was like, what the hell, man? I mean, you have a red card, and that's the way.
He goes, and he's like, he shakes hands with Flick. I'm like, انت maniac ولا ايش؟
and the high five, man. I was like, what? What's going on, man?
يعني انت منيوك ولا ايش يا اخي؟
Yeah, man. It was something really weird to see. But anyways, so that's. I mean, I can give the player, that's because of the player as well. I mean, I will not consider.
No, I think my point. My point is both. It's both.
It could be both, but it's more. I would say the blame on the player more than the coach when it comes to that, because you shouldn't.
I get what you mean. Yeah, because I saw on the match attempt. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't say go crazy and go tackle them in that manner. I mean, obviously, when you're on a yellow card, you should be more cautious, and the way you play the game, you should be more reserved. You should be more, stable. I mean, but anyways, so that's more on the player than the coach, in my opinion. But yeah, the coach Texas could put him in a position to get a second yellow card. There's that factor. You're not wrong there, but I would say 80% on the player and 20% on the coach. But overall, even if we say that Araujo didn't get a red card, let's just assume, and for the sake of the argument, that 11 players versus 11 players, I don't see Barca getting anything in that game, even with 11 players, bro. I mean, like I said, barring the Ferran Torres sitter that he missed, they offered absolutely nothing. Nada. There was nothing from Barcelona. Chelsea just was, going all over them. I mean, it's just, maybe, it would have been different. The momentum shift would happen somewhere in the second half, maybe. But overall, Chelsea just deserved the win, regardless of the if there was a player missing from Barca, the red card. Despite all of that, I think Barca didn't really deserve anything. Nothing, to be honest. Nothing. They offered nothing.
Yeah. Nah, by the way, I hear this point as well. This brother has been costing Barca too many times.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't watch Barca, so I wouldn't really. I couldn't tell if he's hot-headed or something, or.
No, but in the Champions League, he did it. He did against PSG, he did it against Inter Milan, and now against Chelsea.
Then he needs some disciplinary actions, I would say, from the manager. I mean, you cannot. You can't do that to your team in a big stage like UCL. You need to be more calma.
Yeah, calma, por favor. Yeah, facts. But you know what? I say we transition, guys. Slap the like, subscribe. How come there were people joining in and I only see 5 likes? Damn, the conversion rate is like Ferran Torres. Oh my days.
Yeah, man.
Ferran Torres conversion rate. This is not even Lewandowski, bro. Yeah, at least Lewandowski is one of the great strikers, bro. Yeah, Ferran Torres. This conversion rate, yeah. You can get the likes up, man. Subscribe. But anyway,
if it was Leva, I mean, if it was Leva with that chance,
he got marked out.
No, I'm saying if Leva was in the place of Ferran Torres, he would have scored that.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Sure, 100%, he would score that.
You know what, though? By the way, to be fair, like Sanchez didn't have a bad game, low key.
Who?
Sanchez. Like he was just laser focused. He was just laser focused. Yeah. Sometimes when you don't have much to offer, you just have to stay focused for when the 1 or 2 opportunities happen.
The players that were outstanding, in my opinion, was Enzo Fernandez
and Enzo for me, and Cucurella.
And Cucurella, yes, Enzo and Cucurella just played out of this world. They played out of their mind.
And Estevao, how did I forget Estevao? Estevao, come on.
Estevao, of course, the goal was amazing, and him
trying it. Well, in general, he was like on. By the way, Kubarsi, bro. Hey, long day for you, brother. Long day for you. Back to Barca, bro. But yeah, I hear your point, man. But we need to transition here, Gilby. Man City, bro, 2 losses in a row. and this time they lost to Leverkusen. So I'm actually very disappointed in Man City. Very disappointed.
I am so happy about that, to be honest.
Now I'm very disappointed. You know what, though? I will say, though, I saw the highlights. Fair play to Flecken. I personally, I think he's a fucking average goalkeeper, but clearly on the day he turned up. You know what I mean? And Grimaldo well taken goal. This Patrick Schick, I fucking hate this guy, bro. Patrick Schick, this bastard. I can't stand him, by the way. You don't understand how much I can't stand him. He's the brother that during their invincible season and even parts of last season, when they were trailing, he's the brother that would score in the 90th minute. This asshole. And then he would be a shithouse. You know what I mean? So, yes, I am annoyed that guys like him scored, bro. Yeah? But if he was in my team, I would actually enjoy him because I like shithouses in my team, to be fair, when they actually do it right. So, yeah, but City, man. I mean, what are you saying about Man City?
To lose to Bayer Leverkusen in your gaff is just unacceptable.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's unacceptable, to be honest.
Even when you rotate, by the way, because when we rotated against that same team, we actually got the job done. So I get your point 100%.
Yeah. I mean, that's something unacceptable. I mean, there's no excuse for you. I mean, Haaland didn't play from the beginning, and I don't know what Pep has in his mind. Maybe he wants to prioritize the league or something. I don't know what's going on in his head.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but whatever he's doing, it's not working out for. Well, even that, man, they lost against Newcastle, so it's not like it's working out for him in the league either.
W Newcastle.
Yeah, and it's something that I'm not used to Pep seeing him in that kind of positions. To be honest, that he is completely lost when it comes to player selection, lineups, tactics. It's just this season is just out of whack. For me, I mean, his wiring is different this season, and I don't think it's, working, to be honest. And the circuit is just a dead circuit in his mind. And fighting with personnel like the cameraman and all that stuff is just crazy for me, and he's losing it. At the beginning of the season, I was saying that City was a one-man show, and Haaland was just literally carrying City. And you could see it even from the goals. Nobody was really contributing to the goals except Haaland, and he's putting out crazy numbers when it comes to the goal tally. However, and then a little bit we saw from Doku against Liverpool. We saw Foden against Dortmund. I was like, okay, I'm seeing a little bit, Doku and Foden are contributing now. And all of a sudden, it was just, a small purple patch, Foden and Doku, and they disappeared again. And Marmoush is not delivering. It's just all on Haaland, to be honest, and I don't think he can do it by himself. No player can win, by himself, and that's unless you're Maradona with Napoli. So for me, I think he hasn't Pep hasn't found his real, starting 11, and probably like they usually do in January, they're probably gonna sign and drop like a 200 million in terms of reinforcement and signing of players, because this is not working out for City.
Yeah,
and even when you look at the bench, for example, and you look at City and you look at their bench, they genuinely lack solution. I mean, if you compare City to before, when they had KDB, when they had Sane, when they had Sterling, when they had all these players, Riyad Mahrez. So they had a lot of players that can actually change the whole game the moment they step into the pitch. But currently, when you look at their, subs or whoever is on the bench, who are you gonna play? Oscar Bob or whoever, man? I mean, come on. And is it because Pep can't really develop those players? Because I'll be honest, when it comes to Pep, he's a manager who can utilize the resources properly. So if you give him like really, talented players, good stars, he would find a good mesh and a good mix to make them, to make the output crazy. But is he the type of manager that can develop players? I haven't seen it in him. Not in Barca, not even in Bayern, and not even in City. For me, every time he gets the players like ready, on a golden plate. You would give him like Sane, ready. You would give him KDB, he was ready. You would give him, those type of players, those type of calibers that are ready to go. But can he develop those players to perform in a very, very high level? I can't think of a player on top of my head that under Pep developed from, let's say, mediocre level to a very high level, unless I'm missing out on something here. So in Barca, for instance, he came into Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, so they were already established, right? And when you look at Bayern, they were already established as a team, as the superstars in the team. And City was just, they were just getting crazy players, and they were spending a lot and giving them all to Pep and say, hey, listen, I'll buy you the best car, the best house, the best of everything. Just utilize them. And this is what I'm seeing currently. I'll be honest. What do you think?
Bro, I don't know. Man City, I do agree that at one point it was just Haaland basically. But I remember saying at some point I think a few months ago, I told you this. I thought, well, when Cherki's back, when these men are back, when I didn't expect Nico Gonzalez to be doing a job, but whenever they start clicking, they'll do something. And they were heading into that direction. But for some reason, they lose to Newcastle. You know what? One thing I can gather out of these two games, they still play similar football. I can't lie. Yeah. My problem with these two games, they're not clinical. They're really, really not clinical. And that's the difference maker. I feel like with Man City, if everyone else and not just, and by the way, even yesterday, Haaland, by the way, he tried dribbling past Flecken, and Flecken got to the ball. That save, it kind of reminded me of when El Hilal played Fluminense and Bono did that save, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's reminded me of that. I'm like, but Haaland, literally all he had to do, he gets past quickly, just go for a shot. You know what I mean? Or maybe try to dink the keeper. He tried to be a bit cheeky and he took a bit too long. The keeper just made that save. And again, it's just, I don't know. These little things are the fine margins for me,
But barring Haaland, who do you think can score in their team in a regular basis?
That's what I'm saying. The whole team in general is not clinical, though. But I'm saying Haaland yesterday is also added into that list.
I mean, when you're putting numbers like Haaland, then you can have an off day for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna, go crazy on the guy because.
Yeah, but you have to hold these men to the highest of standard, man. If you're gonna say
that's true, that's true. But I don't think
I don't like this idea of like, oh, don't get it twisted. Listen, obviously, a human being can understand off days happen. I get it. I'm talking actually a mentality, bro. A mentality sense, you have to be thinking that that's not good enough.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
he probably is thinking
himself for that.
I'm saying that the mentality needs to be instilled within the fan bases, because I feel like,
and that's why they rate him a lot. I mean, but I don't think anybody will turn against Haaland just because he missed a couple.
No, it's not turning. It's not about turning. Habib, it's not about turning. It's what you said about Flick earlier. Yeah, you said the same thing about Flick. Just because of it doesn't mean it's not immune to. Brothers still can get criticized on the day. Yeah, when he come off the bench, he didn't do
100%. You can criticize him if he's not delivering, in that particular match, then you can criticize him for sure. But overall, I would go back to my first statement about City this season, which is a one-man show.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk about the whole average issue, that's one conversation. Listen, I mean, obviously, I thought a lot of players stepped up a week or two ago. But for some reason, or actually, not even a week or two, because there was international break 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, let's say.
Yeah, which is Foden and Doku.
Since international break finished, it's like now they're back to losing again. It's like, why? You had the momentum.
Yeah, you're right.
It's very odd. Listen, I don't know who they play, but I heard they have easy games. If I'm not mistaken, they need to take it. They need to pick themselves up.
Yeah, they have an easier run compared to Liverpool and Arsenal.
Pick themselves up, because these men, I don't know if they're gonna try to catch up to man in the Prem. They're gonna try to look dangerous in champs. Yeah, but I will say though, you can tell once Donnarumma is in goal though, because he didn't play yesterday. I think the defense will look a bit better, because the defense will feel better that he's there. Because Trafford, respectfully, he's god awful.
No, you're right. Donnarumma makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And in regards to the attack finishing, that's my biggest. It's kind of, it's kind of like us partially last season. Like, you get chances, but you're not really scoring. Like, that is not good. Oh, but funny enough, City fans in the chat, Abdullah, bro, your finishing yesterday was cheeks, bro. Man, like Flecken saving chance is crazy. The point I'm saying, man, is
or they underestimated Leverkusen, badly.
Yeah, Hillman hasn't been that bad, by the way. Like, under Ten Hag, they were terrible. First 2 games. And then
and he got sacked. That's
but you know what it was? It was the fact of Bayer Leverkusen. They have this thing in which they want to play a specific way, which was the similar way that Alonso played, which was like 3 in the back. You have the wing backs, you have the midfield, and then you have the 2 10s and the striker. Ten Hag was completely against that. And he wanted to play his way, but he couldn't play his. But he couldn't play his way. Had to play their way. Didn't get the results, and then management said goodbye.
Yeah, I think they should have signed Amarim before they wanted to play that style.
Low-key, that he would have cooked at the Bundesliga.
I'm genuinely serious. I'm not taking the piss.
Part of me thinks Amarim. Part of me thinks the problem with Amarim is he's in Man United.
Yeah, I mean, United, well, let's not talk about United since we're talking about the UCL. So.
Yeah, true. But do you know what I think you might underestimate Leverkusen?
Yeah, they did. They did underestimate.
I'll tell you why.
To have such a heavy rotation.
Because this club existed, bro. Yeah, when they played them in 1-4-1, they're like, oh, another German team. Okay, yeah, let's rest. See, this is what I mean. Don't disrespect German teams, man. Get out of here. Anyway, hold that. Anyway, speaking of German sides, the big one, ya habibi. Talk to me. How nervous are you?
I'm not. I'll be very honest. I'm not, because
you're not. Wow.
I am not. I swear. It's not that I'm, I would say worried that we're not going to lose or anything, because, like I said, this game, the result really does not affect much our I would say journey in the UCL.
I know what you're trying to say, but
yes, I mean, and that's why. I mean, I have to be objective about it, and I care about the league now more because of we haven't won it in 2 decades. So of course it's gonna matter for me more than the UCL, that we never won it actually in our history. But it is an important game in a sense of, it does send a statement that if we win against Bayern, that we can beat any team. It does give us an advantage in terms of where we sit in the table, and in terms of favorites team to play against later on when we qualify. It does play in that kind of sense, but does it really impact the season in terms of are we going to qualify? Is it gonna put us in a position I have to wait for others' result? Nah, it doesn't. Absolutely, it does not really impact, nor does it impact you as well. Because I think, regardless if you win, lose, or draw, I think you're going to go to the next game and win it. And Arsenal.
We're playing Sporting, Saint Gilloise, and PSV. We'll be okay. We took
so
care
your
of the
games
top opposition already.
For us, I think it's Inter Milan away. That's the toughest one will be for us, I think. That's the toughest one I can remember.
I don't know who else you played other than Inter Milan, but yeah.
I remember there were 3 really tough ones, which is Atletico Madrid, which we won, you guys, and Inter Milan. That's the one I remember. If my memory
don't you play Karat El Mati somewhere?
Who?
Karat El Mati. It's not tough. It's easy, obviously, but I'm telling you, listening to your last games.
Regardless, so what I'm trying to say is, I think, regardless of the results today, in the next games, I think both teams are going to go and win them, and they're going to qualify in a very high, I would say, position in the UCL. But like I said, it is a game that
Club Brugge is tough. In all due respect, Club Brugge low key, but I think you should win. But Club Brugge is not as easy as you think.
Yeah, but we're still favorites, right?
Yeah.
We can agree on that at least.
I'm just telling because I just saw it. You have Club Brugge, Inter Milan, and you have who was the other team? There was another. Karat. You should slap them easily.
So, like you said, I mean, and I favor us to win on all three games. To be honest, looking at even Inter Milan where they stand in the Serie A, so they're not the same. Inter Milan with a young manager, Chievo. So from that aspect, that's why I say I'm not really concerned or worried about. But it is a game that I hope that we win. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is not. I don't want to say that I don't want to win. Obviously, I want to win, but again, it's not like a semifinal or quarterfinal or the game. This is a game where it's gonna really decide if we're gonna qualify or not. So the pressure is not there. If it makes sense, and both of us, the pressure is not because we're second and you're first, and we have the same points. So I think the pressure is not there. But in terms of proving yourself in the big stage, we should win. And second of all, it is an Emirates Stadium, so it's going to be in front of our fans, and we should win because it's in Emirates. And also, we're going against Chelsea. I mean, imagine if we get defeated from Bayern, so that kind of plays in terms of reducing our confidence going against Chelsea, and I don't want that because I want the momentum to continue that we're winning. So we won against Bayern, they won against Barca, so both teams are in top form. So we're gonna watch a beautiful game on Sunday, which is in the Stamford Bridge. So that's my whole or the way I look at the game, if it makes sense, because at the end of the day, you always want to win, but you got to choose because you can't win every battle. You have to choose carefully which battles you have to throw the kitchen sink. I mean, it's not like we're in the semifinal and we have to. It's a must win, or we're out of the or out of the UCL. In that case, no, of course I want to win. I mean, you have to do whatever it takes to win. So that's what it takes about the game. So what about you?
For me, bro, listen, I mean, I did the preview with Liam. Big up, Cam. Go subscribe, go check that stream. It's actually done big numbers, to be fair. I didn't even expect it. But funny enough, I think we should have a go at you guys. But then obviously he was saying it's better off if we sit back and hit in transition because you look weaker in that aspect defensively if we hit in transition. But my thing personally is I feel like when you're reserved, because Arteta has this tendency, we've always talked about this. Yeah. I feel like when he's reserved, what do you really have going forward? You know what I mean? I feel like if you played reserved and you had a Victor Gyökeres, believe it or not, I actually think I would have been fearing him more than anybody else in attack.
No, I don't think Gyökeres is going to play.
No, I'll tell you what. Because you have to understand, I'm telling you this in what do they call style make fights scenario? Yeah? In a style makes fight scenario, in our case, yeah, I feel like the fact that we push up, Gyökeres would thrive in balls in behind, counter attack, throw on.
So you're saying you want to have a lot of space?
Exactly. And he's physical, so maybe he could be the guy.
That's true, but he's not playing. I mean, we're definitely gonna play Merino. So
no, okay. So the fact you're gonna play Merino, I'm intrigued to see if you're gonna attack or defend. I'm not gonna lie, but if you sit back, my question to you now is, how are you gonna hit in transition?
Well,
is it gonna be Martinelli? I think Martinelli, to be fair, in transition can work better.
I don't think he's gonna play Martinelli either. I think he's gonna play Trossard just for the fact that he's in form. He has 5 goals and 5 assists, double digits so far. So no Arsenal player have a double digit in terms of GA, except him. So he's a bit underrated this season when you ask me personally. He's been playing very well. His finishing is deadly, I would say.
I rate him highly.
And Saka is Saka. I'm not going to talk about Saka because he's one of the top right wingers in the whole world, in my opinion. Moreno is my concern. I'll be honest. I mean, despite the fact that he had a crazy assist against Tottenham, but I mean, they're Tottenham. I mean, I'm not going to compare Spurs to Bayern.
Yeah, but that's my thing. But that's my thing with the Tottenham game. Yeah, Eze, by the way, will probably be dangerous today.
So that's now the other player I was going to mention.
I was going to say he can be dangerous, and that's why I need Pavlovic, Kimmich, or Opa, whoever the hell in our defense to be on that, brother. I feel like he's the guy that can find somebody out of nowhere. I have that gut feeling.
Yes. Also, shots, when it comes to shots outside the box, he can place the ball very nicely.
Bro. That Declan Rice, brother. Yeah, this brother is good. His playmaking has improved a lot. I've said this.
Yes, you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm.
That brother as well. I feel like the way we play our football and the way I think we're going to play our football, which I actually don't mind playing, to be honest. I actually would rather go attacking because I actually want to try to go for the kill. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we need to be careful defensively too. My thing is for us to be very cautious. We need to be cautious of the guys that can make the passes, the midfield. I feel like that the Rice and Eze. Obviously Zubimendi too, but I feel like Zubimendi, I think we can press the living hell out of him. I think he's your weak point in the midfield. I think if we can catch Zubimendi, that's a plus. You know what I'm obviously.
If Richarlison could have caught him, I mean.
Yeah, but you see, but this is my point. He takes too much time on the ball. Clearly, you know.
In some, well, this is the first mistake that I saw from him. Oh, actually, second, to be honest. If I'm being honest. Yeah, that's the second one because the Sunderland game, that header that he missed.
And then who's your left back? And then who's your left back?
Left back will be Calafiori.
Not Skelly. I actually think Skelly for this occasion would be better.
No, I don't think he'll play Skelly.
I just feel like
I understand. Look, I like Skelly. I'm not gonna lie. I love Skelly, but I think due to Calafiori's insane form this season, I don't think he'll drop him. And we'll play Hincapié and Saliba in the center backs, and Timber on the right back. Raya, of course, goalkeeper. So the player that might rejoin the team, and I think he's not gonna start right ahead, but he's gonna be in the bench. A lot of rumors we heard about Odegaard. Right, Odegaard could be back. Martinelli will be in the bench. Gyökeres, I highly doubt it because he hasn't trained with the team. Madueke is going to be in the bench as well. So these are the players that are, available, I would say. And the only player that and also that what you didn't mention is the set pieces as well. The set pieces are one of, Arsenal's deadliest.
Finisher. It's your greatest finisher. I actually mentioned in the preview. I said you.
Yeah. So look, maybe we don't have Gabriel Magalhaes. For me, who's a key personnel when it comes, or a key factor why we are dangerous in the set pieces, but the deliveries from Rice and also Saka are deadly. Believe me, they are deadly.
Eze. I mentioned Eze as well earlier.
No, I'm talking about set pieces. Eze does not take set pieces.
He doesn't take no, but even like in scenarios that look like a set piece. So let's say an average.
You're talking about fouls, right? Free kicks.
No, not even.
I'm talking about corners and free kicks here.
Oh, then that's different. They don't. Yeah, okay, but that's different because I'm talking that and also a potential cross into the box if we have more possession somehow, some way if we have to defend.
You're talking about open play here, right?
Yeah, open play and set piece, both. Like a scenario in which everyone's in the box, crowded. It's the same scenario. The only difference is one is basically starting a play and the other one's continuing. That's it. For me, it's similar thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the dead ball here, the set piece.
Yeah, but I'm looking in our perspective. We have to be alert from certain players with how they, and I think Eze is one of them. Then.
Look, Eze is a more dynamic player. He likes to find, he likes the tight spaces, and I think he would be also a great player, especially now coming from a hat trick against Tottenham. I think he's going to be, it's going to be something. He's now. Confidence is right up there now for him.
And, that's why I'm saying Eze, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I remember now. Yeah, we have to be careful with that brother. That brother's momentum is probably through the roof.
Yeah, that's and you're not wrong right there, right? And again, we're playing one of the most informed teams in Europe, which is Bayern. They haven't really lost any games so far. So, and I genuinely have the belief that we can win. Honestly speaking, I mean, this is no banter or anything. I think we can win, and I think it could go your direction or my direction. And eventually, like I said, if we win, great. If we draw, good. If we lose, let's try, not to lose again.
I'll not be happy, but it's not the end of the world. It's one of those.
Yes, it's not. And I would feel the same.
It's more I'm not gonna be happy because I know a good section of your fan base. Oh my, they're gonna be unbearable, bro.
Well, look, it doesn't matter really.
Like, I'm not really
because I'm seeing you guys in the semifinals. At least I'm seeing you guys in the semifinals, especially now after Barca got really screwed by Chelsea. The only team now that are rated in the UCL are you guys, Madrid because of the heritage, and PSG.
But by the way, but I'm not gonna lie. I think Madrid this season they have too many issues. But yeah, you're right. The heritage sometimes gets you far. Who the hell knows? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it'll be interesting one. I'm not gonna lie. In our perspective, I already told you what we have to do. We have to press certain people, and I think we have to minimize you from getting set piece. I think Harry Kane said it spot on in the press conference, bro. We need to make sure we avoid you having set pieces. If we can do that, that's one finisher of yours gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, listen, you're missing Gabriel, but even though I'm not the biggest fan of this player, Merino can turn up in one of those at any moment. Maybe a Saliba at any moment. Nkapie, by the way, at any moment.
Yeah, but when you have like 190 and above in terms of height, it gives you that leverage and advantage.
And all of the goals we conceded in the last 2 games, set pieces, by the way. Believe it or not.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Against Union Berlin, it was corner. Then the free kick when Kane, for some reason, he heads it towards the player and the ball, his brother taps the ball and trickles it in. I don't know how he did it. Yeah. Then
I'll convey the message to Arteta.
Well, he probably seen it. Then against Freiburg, when we were 2-0 down, it was Suzuki that scored off. I don't know what we were trying to do. We were trying to like form a whole line to block everything. Goretzka, I don't know what he's doing. But then again, that's Goretzka. He's a bum. Yeah, I hope he doesn't play today. Same with Jackson. I hope he doesn't play today.
So you haven't answered me. Who's your lineup? Because I told you our lineup.
Yeah, so obviously you're going to have Neuer, you're going to have Leimer, you're going to have Stanisic. Those are fullbacks. You're going to have Upanta. You're going to have Kimmich Pavlovic for sure. You're going to have Olise, Kane for sure, and Gnabry for sure. Now, I'm torn with one position. Yeah, and I'm torn with how they're placed as well.
So Gnabry is going to be on the left wing, right?
Well, no, it depends because usually he's been playing as a 10 and he's been doing a really good job. But if you notice, when I did the combined 11 with Lee, I didn't put Gnabry in there. Why? Because my fear is he's playing on the left wing in our game.
I forgot about that combined 11. Let's see. I want to hear.
So the combined 11, what we did, I can tell you the exact 11. We had Neuer in goal. We had Timber right back and Leimer left back. We had Open Saliba because Gabriel's not playing. We basically know.
Okay.
No Luis Diaz and no. Okay.
Who's fit? Basically, yeah.
Yeah, who's fit or not suspended. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I went with a hot take in the midfield. He put Rice. I actually didn't put Kimmich in the midfield. I put Pavlovic. I actually think Pavlovic is extremely underrated, by the way. I think the reason why Kimmich gets highly rated is because he's the guy that reads the game very well. Yeah.
So he's the 6, right?
He reads the game very well, right? But Pavlovic, I feel like he's more all-rounded, fam. He's more all-rounded. I feel like he's better on the ball. But because Kimmich reads the game, he knows what to do, when to do it. You know what I mean? He's somebody that people will favor more. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Okay. That's what you define a dictator, right? It's someone that does it, when to do it. They know what's going to happen next. That they're the one that's a Kimmich. Pavlo can do the same, but Pavlo can add more as well. That's why I added Pavlovic rather than Kimmich. But some people kind of don't get that. Some people will. I think the ones that will kind of get it is Bayern fans. Anyway, then in the attack, we did.
Wait. Where's the midfield? You haven't completed the midfield. You just told me Pavlovic.
Rice.
Pavlovic and Rice.
Yeah, I told you he put Rice. Yeah. We put Rice and Pavlovic together.
Okay, and the 10?
And then in the 10, I'll get to that. But on the right, we put Olise, Kane on the 10. Not 10, striker. Kane, striker, Olise on the right. And then on the left and 10, it was very confusing because for us, we usually play Gnabry in the 10. But then the problem is we have Leonard Carl, who's probably going to start, even though he got a cramp. And my fear is another fear I have is Jackson can start and Kane is in the 10. You know where I'm going with this. So my thing is, do I consider Gnabry as a 10 or a left winger? So
okay.
I basically let Lee have Eze and Trossard because Diaz is bad.
I kind of agree with most of them except one.
Which one?
Saka and Olise. I mean, that's
no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. By the way, even
and the reason I'll tell you my reasoning. I mean, regardless of what you and Lee decided, I mean, I'm telling you my opinion.
No, you can have your opinion, but we'll see today. Bro.
So, for my opinion, Saka has been delivering for 3-4 seasons. Olise had been doing it for a season. We're talking about now performance of a player and selection of a player in a certain position. We're not talking about trophies. We're not talking about any of that. Any I would say dead player in Bayern could get a trophy. So let's not go there. What I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry, man. It's just come on, bro. You know you're dominating the league, so it's not like something.
I mean, but you guys think it's as easy, bro. I don't think it's as easy as you think, though.
I'm not comparing a player's career with a player's career. I'm comparing the performances in the past, let's say 4 or 5 seasons, or even 3 seasons ago.
Okay, this season. Can I ask you a question? This season, how do you think Saka has played better than Olise? Because by the way, we did it.
Look, Saka. I gave stick to Saka. And you can ask.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, Olise in form. Since you want to go in form, is the best right winger in the world right now. In form.
In form.
That's what we
I would say Olise, but you know what I mean. If I'm gonna consider who I'm gonna,
and to me, even in general, I think he's one of the best wingers in general. Because, bro, the guy gives you something different, bro. Yeah, the guy changes the game on his own, bro. Well, listen, I think again because I get misunderstood when I talk about Saka. I think Saka gets overhated, bro. I actually think Saka is a very good player. I actually think the guy can also do things with the ball. His passing is very good. He can score some goals. I am not taking that away from him. But what I am taking away from him is in these certain games, can he make a difference? Yeah? Let's say a big European night. Do I trust Saka or do I trust Olise more? I trust Olise more, bro.
Well, he scored against Madrid. I mean,
they're both top wingers. I'm not saying they're not. Bro, right wingers for me that are top, bro. We're talking likes of Yamal, Olise. You can say Due, Estevao, Saka, Salah. Them guys. You can say them guys are top. For me, Olise is one of the best ones. I'm not joking, bro. Just in 1 year alone, bro, you can already see the trajectory is like through to the roof, bro. There's no.
Yeah, but Saka has been doing it for 4 seasons. He's been delivering. You know what I mean? I'm talking about individual performance here. I'm not talking about trophies. I'm saying individual performance. Saka was up there for 4 seasons, and the consistency this guy was, given is just phenomenal. I mean, yes, he had a bad first 10 games. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it and say no, Saka was performing at a high level because I gave him the stick. So that kind of contradicts my statement. But overall, I would take Saka just for the reason he's been doing it for a longer period of time compared to Olise. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Olise is a bad player. Don't get me wrong. But he had a year and a half, good year and a half.
But for me, the way I see it is, what do you offer that makes me believe that you can do it in the big stage? Yeah,
you just mentioned one of them: passes, big moments, shots, crosses.
Yeah, and I think Olise technically is better than Saka. I think Olise's passing is better than Saka.
No, wait.
I think what Saka kind of has.
When you say technically, you're talking about dribbling, right? Which I'll give you because Saka is not
better IQ than Saka too.
Nah.
Yes, he does. His IQ is way better.
Nah, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, if you consider dribbling, flair, I would give you that. Believe me, I'm not blinded.
Okay, so have you seen Olise?
But shots.
Have you seen Olise pass and shoot a football, bro?
Have you seen Saka shoot and pass for past 4 years?
Saka finishing. I'm telling you, Saka is good. You're missing the point. I just think Olise is better.
I disagree. And in some aspect, I would agree, but overall, as a player, I don't think he's better than Saka. I'm sorry.
I think in general, Olise is better, bro. Bro, man even brought in the stat. Bro, do you think Saka in the game against Freiburg the other day, he'd score 2 goals and 3 assists? I don't think he does that,
I think
he gets maybe 1 goal, 2 assists, something like this, or maybe 2 goals, 1 assist, something like that. He doesn't get what Olise got. That's the difference.
Yeah, the difference is you're playing in a league where the levels
are in the same scenario. Don't stop saying same. I'm saying Saka doesn't do better than Olise.
I think Saka, if he plays in Bayern Munich, I think he can deliver the same numbers, if not higher. So
no, I think he deserves.
Your comparison is flawed. Is flawed because your level is right. It is right here. Bayern is right here, and you're telling me a team that I don't even know who that is, which is right there.
He does better than Saka too. Now what? If he was in Arsenal right now, yeah, and Arteta gave this brother freedom, he'd do more.
What do you mean? Have you seen it?
If Olise was at Arsenal Football Club, I guarantee you man would be praising him more than you man praise Saka.
Maybe, but
everybody would dream. Bro, do you not see what Liverpool fans are doing right now with Olise, despite praising
like
Salah?
I said, yeah, sure. They praise Verse, they praised a lot of players, but until we see that, we cannot make it as an assurance it will happen.
Bro, and I'm telling you right now, we will see it. And that's the difference. I actually believe that Olise will show
You
up.
believe, bro. Your belief does not make it a fact.
It will be a fact. And that's my point. I'm sticking on that. I am not one of the guys that sticks on it, brother. I am not one.
It will. That's something that
Olise
hope you. It's
that
will.
good, bro. I am dying on the hill. I am dying on the hill. This guy will eventually do something, bro.
Nah, man.
He will. And when he does it, yeah, when he does not, when he does it.
Here's another crazy one. I would take Rafinha over Olise.
Okay, bro. Listen, he may score the goals. I will give Rafinha
that.
However, does he? No. But let me give you an argument here, because this is why I think Lamine Yamal deserved the shout over Rafinha. Yeah. Would he have scored the goals that he scored? Meaning, would he have gotten enough of the ball for him to score the goal that he scored if it wasn't for Lamine Yamal? That's the difference. For me, and Olise, if he was at Barca, would provide similar impact. If not as much, maybe more, maybe less, who knows? But he'd provide similar impact.
So you're saying Olise is better than Rafinha?
I rate the wingers that provide the impact, that provide for these forwards.
A player who's done it in the Premier League.
A player who's done it in the Premier League is to provide, bro. Provide and score, not just score.
Yeah, sure.
And then in a big game, when they play low block, you're limited. A guy like Rafinha is going to be limited against low block. Why do you think he got somewhat limited against Inter Milan? Because he's limited. He's limited, bro.
I mean, I think you are, hyping Olise for a year and a half. I mean, he's done great at Crystal Palace. Don't get me wrong. I wanted the player when he was in Crystal Palace. So I'm not saying that he's a bad player, but you're getting, kind of jumpy when it comes to
because I just rate ballers in it. I rate ballers when I see one.
Yeah, sure, man.
This guy could have been at Arsenal Football Club, and I would still say Olise is unreal. No problem by me.
We'll see, bro. We'll see.
Let's see today, bro, because he's playing against Calafiori, right? So let's see what he does to Calafiori.
Yeah, he's playing against Calafiori. So let's see
what he does to that Calamari, El Ma'affan. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see the Calamari, man. The Calamari is gonna twist you, bro.
Calamari, right. The Calamari is
gonna cook you in a spaghetti, like Italiano.
Getting fried is the Calamari, bro. Yeah,
man.
Gonna get that calamari with whatever that mayo sauce they put, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna dip it and eat it well, bro.
We'll see, bro. We'll put you in a bolognese spaghetti.
Yeah, habibi, خلاص.
He's gonna cook the hell of shit out of you. You'll see, bro.
Calamari. Okay, bro. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see, man. But anyway, what are you predicting in the game? I don't really know.
I think it's gonna be a 2-1 for Arsenal.
I think 2-1 the other way around.
I think we're
regardless though. I think it'll be regardless though, it can be a draw. I will say though, it will be very difficult. This is not me saying we're gonna smoke you. I think we'll have majority of the ball, yes, but I think you'll make it very difficult for us to score.
I don't think he'll have the majority of the ball.
You know, if you have majority of the ball, I'm intrigued to see what we do in the counter-attack, because Harry Kane and counter-attacks usually thrive with them passes.
Yeah, probably, but you got to understand also Arsenal defensively are sound, you know, they're not really easy to break down. The defensive structure is, you know, compared to the other teams, like compared to Chelsea, for instance, is much better, I would say. I mean, it's fair to say that assessment, I think, you know, since we're the least team that conceded goal this season. I mean,
but we're better than Barcelona.
Again, we haven't played Barcelona, so I'm talking about Arsenal Football Club. They're the least team who conceded.
Chelsea, so I mean, I just.
When Chelsea played against you, that's what I mean, right? You guys smoked them 3-1.
Oh, I thought you talked about when they played Barcelona. Oh, I thought when you talk about when they played Barca yesterday.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm comparing now. Bayern played Chelsea, and now they're going to play Arsenal, right? So what I'm saying is not going to be.
Let's hope your defenders turn into humans for one day, because we put pressure on you, man. Let's see. It's because of the style of clash. See the style of clash that we're having today? This is why it's the true test. Because it's like now you can tell who really got the mentality to get it through. That's why it's a statement game. As much
I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
That's what it is. That's exactly
but again, I would emphasize and echo this message. If we lose, if we draw, I wouldn't really go crazy about it, you know, as like I said before, because really I don't think it impacts our UCL chances to qualify. I think we just need to, you know, get the momentum, not really lose that, you know, like it's spanked 3-0 or something, because that really would shake Arsenal. And you know, I don't think in terms of mentality, Arsenal in a position, I would say, oh, we are champions, we've been there and done that. So that factor, because those players they never won the Premier League or the UCL, so I don't want it to ruin our, I would say, chances in the Premier League, because the UCL, even if we lose against Bayern Munich, it's fine. We've seen PSG, you know, I don't know where they ended last season when it comes to their ranking in the group stages or the league phase, but yet they won the whole tournament. So that proves that it doesn't really matter much, you know, if you win or you qualify from the top 8, or you are in you know 10th or 11th. There's a chance for you to win it. That's all I gotta say. Yes, does it give you advantage? Yes, I'm not gonna deny it, but still does not mean you cannot qualify and win the tournament.
Either way, we're both gonna qualify. That's not the point. The point is like you set a statement for like everyone to know like what's gonna happen. It's basically like setting the tone to what's gonna be happening.
And more important, the momentum, right? I don't want that momentum to dip, especially coming out, you know, winning against Tottenham 4. And then imagine if we
Barca, and now
and we win, let's say win against you, I don't know, 1-0, 2-0, whatever, and that's the momentum I want to go into Chelsea game, right? That's more important for me than the results of losing or drawing or whatever. So that's the whole idea.
Yeah, for us now, for me, it's just I want to keep our record strong. I want to keep our record because we're still unbeaten, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, and I think I
want to keep the record strong. I want to.
Right, Habibi.
I feel like if we can keep the record strong now to send them, especially against you guys, because let's be honest, a lot of people rate you guys. I feel like now we can send a message to everybody after beating PSG, the European champions, the way we did. That khalas, now we are literally favorites, even though we should have been favorites by beating PSG. But I think because, again, it's a Prem geek mentality thing, in all due respect. Yeah? Beating a top Premier League club in form usually means you are a fair. It's a dumb mentality, but it is what it is. That's why we need to beat you guys. We need to beat you guys.
I'm not going to keep hyping up. I'm not going to hype up the Premier League, but literally, if you look at the top teams right now in terms of performance, in terms of form, PSG, obviously, because you know they won the treble last season.
We beat them.
And you've beaten them, and Arsenal, because they are on top of the current league, and also they reached the semifinal, so that's something I would say. So they are considered one of the top teams. I don't know who Chelsea. We want to consider them the world champion, so that's a top team. Who else did you beat? I think
we beat Borussia Dortmund in the league, and the league they were in form heading into the game. The problem with Dortmund, they bottled a lot of games in the league, and they ended up being draws. Slapping Leipzig before they started doing their thing. That's really the thing is for me. It's not just beating teams; it's beating teams in style. For me, usually, and this is why I am usually like very harsh with my team, because I've seen my team destroy opposition. You know what I mean? It's like we score goals beyond belief. You know what I mean? Galore. So for me, when I see us barely win, for me, I don't really see that as sustainable. You know.
It's not, but if you are, like you're saying, you're dominating most of the games.
You take the result and you move. Obviously, sometimes
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to scrub a win.
No, you take it, but you know it's not sustainable, and that's
I understand. But if that's not the average of your performance, and you always really perform at a high level, except for that one game, so it's okay to scrub a win.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, any final thoughts before we end this?
Well, we're gonna do the watch along, so hi man, I'm excited. I have my jug of coffee right here, so we'll get into the game, and I hope Arsenal don't disappoint.
Inshallah, man. Hey, listen, we have to get the job done, man. Win, draw, whatever. Just get the job. Just don't lose. That's my main thing.
And final thing I want to say, guys, we are here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I mean, we're giving you good content. We're giving you good, especially now that the UCL, it's one of the beautiful nights to watch. And you're watching Numero Uno and Numero Secondo. So you have to, give us your support here. And hit the like button.
Yeah, slap the like, subscribe. Press the alarm bells too, you know what I mean? Comment your way.
Yep.
Go check socials. Go subscribe to Football Rig, guys. We need to get this guy's channel going. The channel is supposed to be in the title. Yeah, it is in the title. Click on it. Go there. He provides Arsenal content, Premier League content whenever he can. So go check it out. So yeah, man, that's about it, man. Listen, Mia son Mia, you get me. Get the job done. Pakmas. And that's about it, man.
We'll see.
Well, take care. And guys, listen, we're going to rate Hassam, Zeer rate. And as for Olise, take care of this, bro.
Calafiori. The wild horse. The sweet prince. Oh, it's like a wild horse with his long mane of hair. He's fun to watch. The sweet prince. Stinker and hooked.
See you guys.